everyone, it's Youngsu here, and I'm joined today by koldamenta from Guild right after they have qualified for Masters to Copenhagen. koldamenta, this is gonna feel good. Everyone keeps saying the whole Guild, they're good, but they never make lands, and you guys finally did it. So how great does it feel to prove everyone wrong?
It feels amazing because it's true. It felt like a course. I think Guild has always been in the, around like the top six, top five in Europe, right? And that was always like the last spots to make it to LAN. So I mean, I've been to the LAN before, like the Masters Berlin. So I guess for me, it's not like the first time, but like for all my teammates, it's like super exciting. So everyone is very happy.
Yeah, I can definitely imagine. When it comes to Copenhagen, I know you told me before the interview started, you guys are actually in Denmark right now, right?
Yeah, we are already here, so we already know the city. Like we bootcamp here for the group stage for a couple of games, then we came back for playoffs. So we already familiarized with the city.
You have the Copenhagen buff, I feel like.
Yeah, yeah, exactly,
Like
exactly.
you're already there. But when it comes to your journey to making here, like you said, you've been to LAN before. The last time you guys went to LAN, it wasn't a bad performance whatsoever with your old team. How far do you feel like you can go with this team, and how different do you think it will be?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I like have high expectations with this team. The way we approach the game, I think is different. So I think it's gonna depend also like the teams we're gonna face, but. I think I don't know, like I'm aiming for the top three at LAN, that's my goal.
Ooh.
Hopefully, especially because we don't have any points from or like we have less points than four teams in EMEA, so that's already hard for us.
Yeah, so you want to avoid LCQ, I guess, right? So if you get enough points, you just go straight to champions, which is going to
Yeah, I
be
mean that's the point. That's the main goal, right?
yeah.
So yeah, that's what I'm thinking about right now.
I love that. You're already thinking about
Yeah, I'm already
champions.
thinking forward. Yeah.
But again, last time you went to LAN, you had a young player with you. You're kind of used to, I guess, the environment of being able to manage that. But this time you have a couple of even younger players with you, coming with Leo in particular. I think is someone that everybody has been really excited about at LAN. How do you,
Yeah.
as a leader, kind of manage that and make sure that they don't feel too much pressure?
I mean, I think they do their job, like they have their habits to avoid the pressure, and they deal pretty good with it, even if they're very young. I think there's gonna be no problem, especially someone like Leo is like the goat, and for me, and so I think that's gonna be fine. We've been playing already in the boot camp, so it's kind of like similar environment. I mean, well, this time hopefully I think there's gonna be live audience, so it's gonna be different, I guess, from previous lands. So yeah, that's exciting actually because I've never been to one with live audience. That's what I'm looking forward to the most.
Yeah, I think that's going to be really exciting for everyone, especially for you returning. I do want to ask you about you a little bit more because Guild, before you got there, it was a full Swedish roster, and I think the moves they always made kind of was obvious that they wanted to stay, right, as a Swedish roster. They were a little bit apprehensive about bringing in international players, and I know how close they all were as a group of friends outside the game. So for you, coming into this team as a leadership role, how tough has it been, or maybe easy has it been for you?
I mean, it hasn't been that tough because it was three new players, right? It's not the same, I guess, if I was along with four Swedish or someone or like a group of people who already had like strong bonds, and then you come in. So it was like three at the same time. So I guess we had to adapt to them, but they also had to adapt to us three. So we kind of create something new, I'd say. It's true that previously, and they still maintain like a really good relationship with the old teammates, like the scene, the bunker. So, so I don't know for them how it was, but for me it was pretty easy, like to get into connection with them.
When it comes to what people think about your team, I think this whole season it's all about Fnatic, where everyone always talks about Fnatic. Other regions are talking about Fnatic. You guys could potentially play them in a couple of days or next week, I believe, or FPX. That game is currently going on when we're recording this interview.
Yeah, it's true.
What do you think about those two opponents? And do you feel like maybe people are not showing you enough respect to not put you in that conversation?
I mean, it all started with, I mean, well, first of all, Fnatic's playing really good, you know, like they picked out Alpha Year and now it's looking like they have like all the pieces. That's how it's looking now, right? Uh, but first of all, it started with the group stage where people complained about the seeding and they said the group B looked way weaker, but like you could see recently, Gambit beat Ascent. It was Group B beating Group A. And yesterday, Liquid was like 2 rounds away from beating FAMPlus, you know. So at the end of the day, it wasn't that different, you know. Like it wasn't that different. Uh, I think it was more even than people thought. So I think that's kind of what happened. But so that now when these teams are playing against each other from different groups, it's showing that the level is not that different. So let's see what's going to happen now when someone from a different group faces like us facing Fnatic, for example. You know? I wanted to see still.
Have you been scrimming the Group A teams at all? So do you have a good feel of how Fnatic and FPX will be as an opponent?
Not really. We haven't screened them really. I've been watching their games, you know, but so we know how FPX and Fnatic have been doing. And I think, I mean, I actually put them like in the top three with us, you know. I've been doing that like since the beginning of the group stage, more or less. That was already like in my head. You know? Like these two are looking kind of like good opponents for us to beat because it's looking strong, you know. I think if right now those three teams qualify to Masters, I think the one of the teams from EMEA is going to win. That's what I think.
I think so too. But
That's
then
what I think.
I think that every tournament, to be fair,
Yeah.
I've never not thought that. But how do you beat FPX and Fnatic? Because FPX, again, you said Liquid came really close, but Fnatic, it feels like no one has come as close as FPX did from week one. So have you identified any weaknesses out of all the times you've been watching their VODs?
No, not really, because I haven't gone that deep, I guess. But I don't really know. I don't really know like right now, I guess.
You don't want to
I
tell me your
don't.
strats.
No, I mean, I don't have any strats yet. Like for sure. I mean, everyone has weaknesses, right? So they must have some. That's for sure. Our job is to find them, right? That's it.
I do hope you guys go up against each other. I think that could be that's the game of the season. I feel like we finally
Yeah,
get to settle it.
at least I hope it's a close game. You know, that's what I always hope. Even if I when you face any opponent, at least I want it to be as close as possible game instead of a 13-0, 13-0.
Yeah, I don't think you guys are gonna 13-0 each other. Like something's gonna go seriously
I
wrong.
hope.
Yeah, like something's
Uh,
crazy. Last question before I let you go. I had a chat with Pipson a couple of weeks ago, and he was quite passionate about the IGL situation right now in EMEA. He feels like there's not enough good, really experienced good IGLs and leaders here. As an IGL yourself, what do you think about that? Do you agree with that sentiment?
and probably, I guess, since there's always been some top tier teams in Europe, at least without the clear IGL, I guess, it's a Liquid or G2. But I think the game is also lacking in general. Like the game is still like it feels. I mean, the ride has been like super long, right? But it still feels like a new game. Like I feel like still has to evolve like so much till we can see all the tier one teams doing like tier one team things. I don't know how to say it, but like all be like on the same level of working and habits, like in a way, or how they prepare it, you know, basically. So, but I think every team wants to have an IDL. I think every team should have an IDL or like some sort of IDL. And I guess if you're lacking at IGLs or not, I don't know. I guess IGLs don't appear out of nowhere, right? You probably need to teach someone, or you probably need to you probably need to, or what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? And like, is it gonna be Carrigan coming from CS:GO, like any ideas coming from CS:GO and IGL in Valorant? I don't think that's gonna happen, right? Since it's a new game, you want to have someone with some skills that can make him an IGL, and then you want to teach him how to IGL, and you want to, as a team, help that person to grow as an IGL. I guess that's the key. Obviously, being an IGL is not easy. Like, it's annoying. It's probably, yeah, super annoying. So that's it. But yeah, I don't know.
You have very high stocks, I feel like, being an in-game leader. Like you're not gonna be worried about not being able to find a team, I feel like. Which
I mean, I guess, yeah. No, I guess, yeah. If you're tier one IGL, I guess it's, I mean, but it
valuable.
depends because some teams don't want IGL. So
Yeah,
that's,
that was the thing I was gonna ask you. Do you think that is the downfall of teams that they don't have in-game leaders? Or do you feel like it doesn't really matter that much?
I think at this point of the game, since it has to evolve still a lot, you can still have like good runs, lucky runs, and get away with it. Especially was before, not in qualifiers, whatever. The meta changes a lot. You go for honeymoons, and then you can get away with it. But I think if you want to be consistently good, in a team, and you want to be kind of loyal to what you do and find some consistency, even though it's super hard in this game, I think you need an idea. If you're aiming for that, if you're aiming for like fleek runs, you know, uh, honeymoon runs, then obviously you don't. But in this game, I think you can still get away with it right now. Depends on the format as well. Depends if it's a group stage, like how many games you played. Not the same playing 2 games than playing 10 games in a league. Like maybe next year, I think it's gonna be more important to be more consistent and regular. So you probably want to have like an ideal and be more consistent as well.
Well, definitely seen the improvements you brought to Guild. Thank you so much, koldamenta, for joining me, and I'll see
Thank
you
you.
in Denmark.
Yeah, see ya.